am back with a very amazing and inspiring woman who is the future business leader. She is from UK.
Change is the law of life, and those who only look to the past are certain to miss the present and the future.
My name is Helene, and I will be chatting with Dr. Musa today about my career history.
I'm going to ask your life story, your transformation from a young girl to a successful businesswoman in Gulf.
We moved to the United Arab Emirates when I was 20 years old, which is pretty much unheard of for most. A lot of my friends were still in university. My first kind of entry into the corporate world was through an apprenticeship with a recruitment company. Now, that gave me on-the-ground experience in recruiting healthcare professionals.
We can see more women in the workplace than the men. How you balance your family life with your work life?
So I think it's a very important topic because not just locally here in the UAE but worldwide there is a lot of discussion. Now in the UAE we've seen a lot of reforms recently, so we're seeing extended maternity leaves applicable to some, and we've also seen a real focus on flexible working and home working. Thanks. Personally have pretty much always, and especially in my current role, worked in a very male-dominated environment, but that's not something that I particularly feel affected by, or that I've even really taken into consideration. On the contrary, if there are some companies or organisations out there which may be discriminating against women or mothers, the great thing is that the law protects this. UAE labour law is very firm, so I feel very optimistic about the women workplace in the UAE, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot more female leaders coming up.
And what I see is they are good, but they don't know how to present themselves. And what are your advice in terms of resume, biodata or profile?
You need to tailor-make your CV and pick out keywords from the job description, put them in your CV and change that for every job you apply to. You look for a recruitment agency that specialises in your specialism. They will more than likely be able to perhaps help and send your CV out to some of their clients, along with obviously checking job boards and job postings, and I think that you will maximise the chances on getting your CV noticed.
If they are from healthcare industry specifically, what they should do that Gulf become their second home.
So I'll give a short rundown of the licensing in the UAE. So in Dubai we have what's called the Dubai Healthcare Authority, and in Abu Dhabi and other Emirates we have what's called Ministry of Health. There's a lot for more medical professionals are taking a proactive approach and going out there and getting the medical license themselves, so that they will be more appealing to hire to hospitals, clinics and healthcare setups here in the UAE. A lot of documents are supplied and verified by a third party called data flow, and then sometimes in the rare occasion a healthcare professional may have to sit a prometric exam, which is like a licensing exam, and then they will get their eligibility letter and they can start seeking work, and then that is then changed to a full license once they find an employer. It's quite daunting and it is hard to find the information out there online, so I'll give you a few points on what to Google. You can Google data flow, Dubai Health Authority, but the good thing is there's a lot of recruitment agencies that specialise in placing healthcare professionals into the people like me as well. The kind of recruitment directors of individual hospitals can always give advice too. So
there will be more women and less men. Means that today we need to prepare the women for a future leadership. I want your advice, who is listening to us, what they should do to be successful like you.
I want to say break the bias, and I'm saying that to all women listening globally.
Women, believe in yourself, break the bias and don't feel inferior. You are the future leader.